Hello, this is Mrs. Brown, and in this recording, I will be going over the Unit 9 project where you will create a single panel comic. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and open up GIMP. And here, we are going to open up two images to work with from our Unit 9 folder. And we're going to go over what we will choose right now. So go to your image design folder, wherever you may have it, and on your computer. It might be on your desktop, it might be in your documents. Go to your course resource files, and then open up your Unit 9 folder. Now, if you look through all of the images, you'll notice that images 1, 2, and 3 are background images. And then images 4, 5, and 6 are characters, if you will. So we're going to choose one background image. And now we're going to open up, not as layers, just a separate tab. We're going to open up one character image. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and save the background image, not the character image. We're going to save the background image as comic in our Unit 9 image design folder. Oops, I don't want to open, I want to save. You'll see I'm in my Unit 9 folder, and I'm going to go ahead and type in comic, which will give me something to save as we work. And now you're ready to begin working on the project. So we are going to explore a new tool, the Select by Color tool, and we're going to explore some tool options with this tool. So now we're going to go back to the image window. Up here is where you go back and forth between your image windows to the character that you chose. Yours might be different than mine. Here we're going to click the layer menu, and then we're going to click transparency, and then we're going to click add alpha channel. This is something that we learned in Unit 8. Now in the toolbox, we're going to click the Select by Color tool. And this is the tool that has the blue, red, and green squares with a little select hand. Now, remember below the toolbox is where we find our tool options. We're in the threshold field, we're going to make sure it's at 15. So if you don't have it at 15, you'll go ahead and change this to 15. You can use the arrows or you can type it in, but we want it to be to 15. And now in the image window, we're going to click the background. Now when we select by color, you'll notice that this background of this character is white. And so having one solid color is really easy to select the background. If you have a background that is multiple colors, this would be a more time-intensive process. But in the course resource files, the backgrounds that are given are fairly easy to select. So we're going to click the parts of the background. If it selects any part of the character, you'd want to change this threshold to a lower threshold. Okay, so you can see that as I clicked here, this white background has been selected. Now, with the background selected, we're going to click the Select menu and then Grow. We did this in Unit 6. And we're going to choose 1. We're going to just grow it by 1 and then click OK. This is going to remove any of the fuzzy edges from the background. Now next, we are going to hit our delete key. On your keyboard, you're going to simply hit delete. And what's going to happen here is we're going to actually remove the background. So when you hit delete, you'll notice that you have the background from your character deleted. So we're going to continue working in our character image window. And now we're going to click the select menu and then all, which is going to select our lovely character. And now we're going to click the edit menu and copy, and we're going to copy our character. And we're going to come to our background image window, and we're going to click edit and paste. And we now have our character on our background tab. Now, you'll notice over in your layers list that our character was pasted as a floating selection. So we're going to, with this floating selection layer selected, you want to make sure this is selected. In the top dock below the layers list, right here, we're going to click the new layer button. Okay, now we can go to now with our floating selection layer now added as a pasted layer, we're going to double click and we're going to rename pasted layer foreground. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and save our project to save what we've done so we don't lose any of our edits. Now, with our move tool, we're going to click and drag the foreground image to place it somewhere that we want it on the background. So we're going to use the move and scale tools, which we've used in previous units. It might be helpful to scale it first before you move it so that you have a better idea of where you actually want to move it. So we're going to go ahead and scale. Oops. I'm going to actually cancel that scale. It's important that when you scale the image, I'm going to do it one more time, that you have the link proportions button clicked right here to just lock this chain. That way when you scale it, the proportions of your character will stay the same. Otherwise she'll end up kind of squished. Or he, whatever you have chosen. Okay, so once you scale, you can then move the character wherever you want. I'm going to put her right about here. So when you're happy with the size of your character and where they are in your background image, we will move on. So if you need to repeat any of that or undo any of that, you can go ahead and make changes how you would like. So go ahead and save. This is going to end part 1 of the Unit 9 project. The project is not complete. You will need to move on to the part 2 video to continue with your comic.